This was my favorite shot. This is just so dramatic. I would want to spend all my time in here with all of the light from all of these different angles. I might work from a dining room table in this situation, for work, because this is just such a fabulous, fabulous room.
Hi, everyone. It is time for New Listings at Noon. I'm Karen Ringo, a realtor in the DMV area with Compass.
And I'm Alison Seneca, also a realtor in the DMV area with Compass.
So guys, every week, Alison and I, we go out and we find 3 of our favorite new listings on the market. Alison finds one that she loves. I find one that I love. And then we find one that we really love together. So Alison, tell us, where's the listing located that you found this week?
So the listing that I'm going to talk about is in Mount Pleasant, which is an awesome little area I love, right next to Rock Creek Park, on the east of Rock Creek Park. Where's yours?
Mine is located in Truxton Circle, it borders like Bloomingdale, Eckington, and I'll tell you more of the neighborhoods when we get to it. But it's a really cute townhouse, and you're going to love it.
Awesome. And you're going to tell them where our shared one is?
Actually, I'm going to let you, because Alison is the one that found it this week. So I'm going to let her tell us where it's located.
It's true. I did find it, but that's okay. I knew we would both love it. That listing is in Chevy Chase, and it's a super, super cool mid-century house, which is why we both loved it. And I can't wait for us to both go through that with everyone.
Awesome. So before we get started, Alison, how was your week?
My week was good, getting organized for the, spring market and everything, but I'm pretty sure my week was a little bit better than yours. How are you feeling?
Actually, I am feeling decent. I'm on Advil. So this week, my husband tested positive for COVID on Saturday. And then the girls and I tested. We kept testing and testing because we had been around him. And so we tested positive. We finally got a positive test on Tuesday. And then my second daughter got a positive on Wednesday. So the girls seem to be doing pretty well. I probably got hit the worst. So I did try to curl my hair so I could look a little better today.
You look great every day, but you look good right now.
Thanks. Okay, well then let's get started. Alison's going to go first, and I'm going to go ahead and put up the address as you get started.
Perfect. So we have, surprise, surprise, 2 mid-century modern places today. My pick is mid-century, but it's a little different in that, we've had the barrel houses in Southwest before. We've had several mid-century single-family homes, but this is a townhome, and it's in Mount Pleasant. So it's not, it's unique in that way. I don't think we've featured anything quite like that before. The address is 3503 17th Street Northwest, Unit 3. And it really is right on the border of the park. So we're going to see from a lot of the photo angles, you're like right on top of trees and nature, which is really great when you're in the middle of the city, but you have that as well. It's a 2-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,300 approximately square foot townhome. And it's listed at $829,000. It's listed by our colleague, Michael Shapiro at Compass. So we'll take you in. And so this is a look at the living room. Karen, I thought of you, of course, when I saw this first photo, because you love sunken rooms.
I know you did.
and which I find interesting, because I love various leveled places, but I always think to myself, if I had kids, this might, be a death trap or something. I mean, I fall as it is, and you love it. So I'm like, I guess, well, maybe people with kids don't mind, and they just, they fall and bump their heads, and that's it. But I love this place. So, like I said, overlooking Rock Creek Park, the area, or the building kind of, the HOA, it's called Rivendell in the Park. And Michael Shapiro is really, really great at writing listing descriptions that tell you about the architecture and tell you about who did what. So for those of you who are interested, I'm just going to read you some of it real quick. So it was this whole, this Rivendell on the Park condo was built in 1982 by John Woodner, who is the son of Ian Woodner, who is a prominent architect and developer in DC and New York. And he hired a modernist architecture firm to create this design. And John Woodner, he and his 2 sisters actually were some of the original residents of these units. I always find that interesting, because developers usually make several projects if that's their job. So to choose to live in one of them says something to me, like they think it's special or it's really unique or the design is just, like above the others or, just something to note. So anyway, that was really neat. I enjoy stuff like that. So, when we're in this house, so a couple of things to note. So it is 3 levels, which we'll get to. You have a wood burning fireplace in this living room, and obviously the custom built-ins, which, we see built-ins a lot. Remember, I couldn't remember what shelves were last week. I couldn't. We see built-ins a lot. It's a way to offer more space and places to put things. But these particular ones actually kind of invoke the feeling of the whole, the period of this unit, which I like with the wood color there and just kind of all of the same heights. So if we keep going beyond this, we'll start to see, so above on the step up there, you've got a really pretty large dining space that accommodates a huge table and a buffet. And you'll notice the arched doorway, which you don't see a lot of the kind of rounded doorways anymore. It's certainly not what builders have been building for the last couple of decades here in the area. And this kitchen I thought was phenomenal. I'm into like any kind of funky colored kitchen. So this blue was really kind of stunning to me. But secondary to that, it is technically an eat-in kitchen. So right beyond there, and I think I had you pull up a second picture just so people could see both the archway here, but also the eat-in kitchen, is that, that's something a lot of homes don't have in this area. And so I wanted to make sure people understood that you have 2 separate dining areas in this home.
That's really cute. I didn't pick up on that. So that's cool that you're sharing that. Very cool.
And so, obviously this kitchen is not, it has been updated. And so, but it still stays with the whole flow and feel of the home, which I love. Yeah. And here's a close up of kind of that dining area there. So it's, it's really nice that you have, and then another curved archway, which you can see.
And it's actually bigger because when you just look at it through the kitchen, I didn't realize that it's bigger than you think, because you can go, it has 2 doorways from the kitchen.
It's 2,300 square feet, right? So that's pretty big. So it's good. It's a good amount of space for sure. You'll see how some of the space is used as we go forward and more photos. So this is the primary bedroom. So both of the bedrooms upstairs, there's 2 beds and 2 baths upstairs. I don't think we included a ton of photos of bathrooms just because they're in really good shape. They look nice, but just we wanted to kind of show you some of the other rooms more. But they have lots of closets. So actually on the listing, Michael included photos of the closets open, showing you the different kind of storage inside as well. So it's not just like the hanging bars. You've got the various storage kind of things in there. Okay, just kidding. I did include a photo of the bathroom, one of the bathrooms. And this I liked because it shows you that you've got it kind of segmented out. Again, in an older, this is built in the early 80s, and an older kind of build, you don't see this kind of separation very often. And I think it's great if you've got 2 people living in a primary room that you can have those 2 areas kind of segmented out. So one person is getting ready while the other person's showering or using the bathroom or whatever. So second upstairs bedroom here, really good size, obviously. And I think we maybe showed another angle with the closets on this one as well. Nope. Okay, so we're downstairs. So remember, 3 floors. So the first floor we showed you is like the main level, which is in the middle. This is downstairs, and it is really large. I included a lot of photos in here because I wanted you to see. This truly could stand alone as a separate area to live in. Obviously, they have it staged really smart by showing you that there's a living area, there's a dining area there on your left. There was a little office kind of nook in the front, and there is a kitchen. The kitchen's not updated, but depending on how you want to use this, it would be completely sufficient just to have the kitchen the way it is. Obviously, you see the light kind of streaming in through the front there, which is really nice. To have any direct light kind of coming in from a lower level unit is wonderful. And this is a good angle just to see all of the space you have down here.
Well, it's really large. It's nice that it has the really cool kitchen down there as well. So
Yep. So I think we're back to the beginning now. So, it's just important to know that. So downstairs, there is a shared laundry room, which has built-in storage, and it can be accessed separately by both the upper level and the lower level suite. So if you were to segment those areas out for somebody staying with you or whatever the case may be, you don't have to like go through that space to access that laundry room, which is actually something people don't think about a lot when you're talking about this like downstairs accessory spaces. So I like to point that out. And, I think immediate access to Rock Creek Park and the hiking and bike trails and, the commuter kind of parkway and all that is such a value add to this particular home. And obviously the style is just super unique and lovely. So that is kind of it for me. There is an open house on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. So if everybody wants to head on over, that is when you'll go. And I didn't say that there is a parking spot that conveys with the property. It's right outside the front door, so parking is included. And there is a condo fee of $876 a month that goes along with that home.
Awesome. Very nice. I love it. And yes, I do like the area, the split level area where you can step down with the 2 stairs to drop living room. So yes, I do.
I think it's a way of having an open living concept, but still delineating different space. So, I think open concept is kind of on its way out. And this might be a really nice way to bridge the gap, right? Like it's not totally completely open because it's got the separate spaces. So I'm into it.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's move on to our next listing. So our next listing is my favorite. So this one, let's bring up the address and we're going to, as I'm telling you about it, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the picture for you. So this really beautiful townhouse is located in Truxton Circle. And if you're not familiar with Truxton Circle, well, the address is 208 Bates Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. And it is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome. And if you're not familiar with Truxton Circle, and it's really ironic that it's called Truxton Circle because it's in the shape of a triangle. But there's several neighborhoods that border it. So the most popular ones that people have heard of are Bloomingdale, Eckington, Shaw, Noma, and LeDroit Park. So those are the main ones that people have heard of that border Truxton Circle. So this home, once again, I picked a black and white home for the second week in a row. And the really cool thing is, just like the one that we showed last week, is that the black and white details continue throughout the house. Okay, so it's really cool. So one interesting fact I will tell you is that the owners, they built this house for themselves. And unfortunately, the owners never got a chance to move into the house because the owner got a job that ended up taking them away. And so they had a caretaker for the past year taking care of the house. So let's go inside. Let's take a look. So once you get inside, one of the things that you're going to notice is the glossy black stairs. That's the first thing that I noticed. And what I was told was that you're going to see doors and stairs with this glossy black sheen, and it was treated. It's like the special treatment that the paint goes through to get this finish. And it's more impressive in person. So you'll see recessed lighting. You'll see these gorgeous black stairs. The floors are white oak. One other thing to tell you is that the owners, they when you have a investor that comes in and he renovates and flips a property, a lot of times, cost is always taken into consideration. So maybe they don't use the high-end finishes. They just use kind of the middle. Well, because they were building this for themselves, they didn't spare any expenses. They went with all top-end finishes. So they put a lot of money into this property. So let's go another shot. So here's another angle. The fireplace is black stone. So just beautiful. And let's walk farther back. So as we continue back towards the back of the house, we have the dining room area, and it's very pretty. I love the black doors. You see the black doors with the gloss finishing. And then as we go closer, there is the black stone. You see the waterfall, it's black stone. The countertop is black stone as well. So it's very beautiful. One thing that I love, and I'm going to show you really close, is the subway tiles. So you see the white subway tile. Let me go a little bit closer. Check that out.
Yeah, I like that they used a slightly different shape. You see the, the rectangular shape more often, but this is taking kind of something that's become pretty classic in DC for the last couple of years and putting a little twist on it for sure.
Right. And then when we get upstairs, you're going to see the same. There's the subway tile continues. So it's really cool. Let's go right back. I want to show you. Oh, Meredith. Hi, Meredith. She said that's amazing. Yes, it is amazing, isn't it? And I have a money shot that's going to be coming up in a moment that you're going to see. But if you notice, all of the appliances are Samsung Chef Collection. They're stainless steel. And then the countertops are, I think I already said that the countertops are upgraded black soap. So thanks, Meredith. Yay. So if you look at the custom cabinetry is two-tone. And so what does that mean? Let's show you really quickly. So you see the bottom dark and then you see the top white. And I love the contrast. I mean, I think that's just really complimentary and it's very cool. Now this shot I wanted to show you. Take a look. Talk about using your space. It is a really, really good use of space because notice the cabinets are built into the wall. The refrigerator is built into the wall. The microwave, everything's into the wall. So instead of it coming out, it gives you more space. And then I have another angle of that so you can just kind of look back and see. But see how that's a really amazing use of space. Now I want to just go right back to my money shot. Is it in there? Did I miss that one? Oh, this one. I love this photo. So do you see that extra room that's in back? That's not part of the original house. So the original house was renovated in 2019 to 2020. And what they did was they added that back room that you see right there. And then they also added the spiral stairs that I'm going to show you in just a moment. So let's.
Yeah, right now might be a good time to mention that this by the architect, because the architect who helped with this house, Carmel Greer, she's pretty well known in the area. She has her own podcast, I believe. And so she does some pretty unique and interesting design work. So certainly this kind of flows with the style I've seen from her from her before.
Right. And she's actually with District Design. So and then while we're mentioning it, let's go ahead and mention that this is the listing of Jason Walder, who is with Compass. So Jason, thank you for letting us feature your amazing listing. So as we pull this up, you can see the spiral stairs that go down to this room that used to be a crawl space. And so they turned it into a room. They took the HVAC that used to be in the kitchen and they put the HVAC downstairs. And you have the extra closets and the spiral stairs. So it's really cool. This room could be, exercise room, yoga. It could be whatever purpose that you would like for the room to be. So really cool. So I'm going to take you upstairs. So upstairs, here's a picture of the primary bedroom. I love the bay window. I love, once again, the oak floors. It's just nice, clean. The ceilings are really high. Here's a picture of the primary bathroom. And I only picked one, but I love the Carrera countertops in the bathroom. I love the custom tile. There is a shower. The shower is really large. It's for two. It's what do they call it? Is that a party shower when it's two, or does it have to be more?
I would just say it's a dual shower, I think.
Okay, maybe, but maybe it has to be bigger to be a party shower, but it's a pretty large shower. And I really like, if you look up the listing, you're going to see that there's black hardware in the shower that's really nice that we're not showing, but it's really, really nice. So the next bedroom, this is the second bedroom, and there is the beautiful black closet doors. And you can actually see the gloss and kind of see in this picture how beautiful it is. But I love the window that's right there as well. And the windows are actually by Geldwin. So Geldwin windows. Here is the primary, the second bathroom. And then you remember we talked about the subway tile that was in the kitchen. Well, here's another version of subway tile. And I really like these. They're smaller, but they're really nice.
Yeah, I think what people might not notice right off the bat is the reason why this pops so much is because they've used probably a dark gray grout, which I know because this is what I did in my bathroom. So subway looks like subway tile no matter what, but the grout color you choose will make it present differently. So here, it really gives you that true black and white kind of feel by using the different color grout.
Yeah. Awesome. And here is the third bedroom, and you can use it as an office. But I picked this picture because I wanted to show you the skylight. So I love the gorgeous skylight that's right there in the center of the room. So I think that's a nice touch to this bedroom. And lastly, this is the back of the townhouse. You get a chance to see how beautiful it is in the back. And you have a 1-car driveway. There's a raised garden if you want to plant some herbs or, whatever you would like to plant. You have a little area for planting. And I think that's a lot. I hear a lot of people are doing gardens nowadays. So
I think the pandemic has made us all do lots of things we didn't necessarily do before.
Right. So that is 208 Bate Street Northwest. Let's see. One other fact is that it's 2142 square feet. It was built in 1910, but renovated, like I said, in 2019-20. The offers are due on Tuesday at 10. So if you are interested in this property, go see it this weekend. So yes.
Go see it Sunday from 12 to 2. Because I wrote down where the open house is. All right. Well, Karen, if you want, while you pull up the next address, I will start to give everybody some info before we gush over this place for the next, 10 minutes. So this is in Chevy Chase, Maryland. It's actually right over the border from DC, so it's not too far out. And it's 4-bed, 3-bath. And it's about 2259 square feet. And the listing price is 1.299. So just shy of 1.3. Loic Pritchett from Sotheby's is his listing. And it is a absolutely fabulous mid-century modern home. So let's see those come up and we'll start. There we go. Okay. So this is a great vantage point photo, obviously. We're looking down. It gives you an understanding of how this house has some of the angles that it has. And it also is giving you a good view of the outdoor area. We have some kind of on the ground level photos of that, but it shows you the distinct kind of outdoor areas that you have.
And I love the flagstone that surrounds the house. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So, Karen, I'm not sure if you put all the photos that I thought we should put in or if you added some in today, but there were some I would normally wouldn't have picked necessarily, but I think because of the shape of the house, some of these photos were important to explain to our viewers kind of how this house is laid out. So this one, you're seeing, a door basically, and on the left is this kind of galley style kitchen, which you can't see a ton of from that angle, but this is the other end here. And you start to see, it's not the widest kitchen you've had, but we've discussed this several times on this show about how mid-century modern doesn't typically have these grandiose, huge kitchens. It just doesn't usually go with the style. But this one is sleek and nice and done super, super well. And I mean, you're going to start seeing throughout that there's just a multitude of massive expansive windows throughout. So you've just got so much light. I've been doing this thing recently on Instagram called Tile Tuesdays, just kind of interested to see what tile people like. This week I picked a green one. It was similar to that. That was similar to that kitchen. And it got very well received. Okay. So maybe green tile is kind of a family or a favorite around the area here. Who knows? But anyway, you'll notice pull some color into that kitchen. And okay, boom. From this, I mean, this was my favorite shot. This is just so dramatic. In a way, I almost wish like this would be my like a living room space because I would want to spend all my time in here with all of the light from all of these different angles. A dining room would be great. But so I might make that I might work from a dining room table in this situation, for work, because this is just such a fabulous room. And you see that this is coming off of the kitchen. You see the counter in the kind of the right corner there.
Yeah.
So here's like the back corner of that dining room kind of looking in, and then here's the patio. So, here you've got a pretty big dining table, right? And a large couch and some chairs. And this is only one side because we showed you some of the angles. So it's a lot of outdoor spaces in this home for sure.
Sorry, I thought we had another one. So I was going to the next one, but we don't.
No worries. Yeah.
We just give you a little taste and then we leave you wanting more. So you have to go see it. So.
Yep. So, and there's not a lot of bad things you can say about this room. Just, it's a large room that they have segmented out into, a couple of different distinct areas here. I'm assuming this is staging. It's got to be. And they just did a really good job picking things that match the style of the home. Some pretty classic mid-century chairs and coffee table and, in there. Of course, this doesn't stay with the house, so we're not going to try to sell you in the house based exclusively on staging, but there's some inspo for you.
It's interesting because Allison, we have a similar couch and we have one of the chairs, and there's a name. My husband's an architect, and I can't think of the name of those two chairs there. And I was thinking, oh my God, we could kind of steal this. I mean, we could steal this because this is just great. Mm-hmm. So I was getting.
I want to say it's Eames, but I don't think it's not Eames. That's what's going through my head, but.
Yeah, I'll ask him and I'll put it in the notes later.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, back corner of that room, kind of looking in the other direction so that you can see just windows. It's just really, really great room.
Awesome. Okay, we have another group coming up. This is the patio coming.
So that's right outside that room. So you see this kind of wraparound outdoor area. So, I mean, as if you didn't have enough space before with the patio that we showed you, you also have this. So truly just several areas that you can access the outdoors in. So primary bedroom, windows on two sides, lots of light. Again, there's not a lot of, you've got the curtains there so you can close those windows if you want. It's just a really beautiful room. You and I have talked before. We have some differing opinions on, I think, on some of the rooms that we like. I don't like a huge primary bedroom. Mm-hmm. For me, it tends to take some of the square footage away from other parts of the house. And I tend to not spend any time in my bedroom except when I'm sleeping. So I like the size of this room, right? Mm-hmm. It's claustrophobic, especially with those windows. But it's not massive.
Right. And for me, I'm your total opposite. I love large bedrooms with sitting areas. And, if there's a reading room or an oasis of a bathroom leading into, that's what I like.
I think maybe when you have kids and you need a space to run away from them, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. That's what I guess.
Well, no, what ends up happening is they end up coming into your space. And so that's why you need bigger space, because your space starts to feel smaller because that's where everybody congregates. If you're, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is clearly set up here as a kid's room. And I could talk about the staging, right? I'm trying not to talk about things like that because it doesn't stay, but it's a good size room. I believe that the wall behind the bed is actually a very light wallpaper. It's either that or a treatment. It didn't say it in the listing, so I wasn't 100%, and I forgot to ask the listing agent when we spoke, but it's very subtle. I talk about wallpaper and wall treatments all the time, but sometimes what I pick is just too bold for some people. So this is like a nice little kind of accent wall in this room. That would stay. That's staying if you buy. Another room here. You'll notice there's a minimalist style to this home. We just wanted to show you that there is another room in here and it does have big windows. This shot I just thought was a really good photography shot. So I was like, please add it. Kind of showing you this is from one of the guest rooms down the hallway and then the bathroom that's attached. So then we've got a whole lower level that we're going to talk about. And I just thought it was really cool that they had this kind of built-in bookshelf right there going down the stairs. It was a smart use of space.
Right. And I will say, this house, it feels big, and it's not the biggest house, but it feels big. And I think when you're using your use of space like this one, you have the large windows, you have the light floors, it just gives it that, sense of being really large. So,
yeah. Well, and when you don't stuff it full of too much furniture, right? I mean, things will all of a sudden seem much smaller if you have a lot of stuff. And the fact of the matter is, when we move into these homes ourselves, you do end up having a lot more stuff than what's staged typically. But this is always good for you to see, kind of what you can try to emulate. So this is a lower level that I just started talking about. So it's got porcelain tile. It's got a large, generous sized bedroom and a full bath. Mm-hmm. And again, you've got a fair number of windows down here to also bring in some of that natural light. So there's that bedroom that's downstairs.
Awesome. And then we have one more shot of the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Right. So here's a yet another area with a small fire pit and some chairs. And this house itself, it's perched above street level. So you've got this freeform kind of landscaping. Obviously here you've got a swing set. And so there's just lots of different levels. So I can imagine entertaining in this outdoor space would be really, really great, where people could congregate in different areas and talk, eat, chill, whatever the case may be. So this is, there is also an offer deadline on this home. It is February 1st which is Tuesday, at 10 a.m. And there's an open house on Sunday, 2 to 4. So if you're interested, make sure you scoot up there. And if you want to put in an offer, that's your deadline.
Awesome. Well, I am in love with all of our listings that we showed today. And it was nice to get another mid-century modern home, because I feel like we have missed a few for the last 2 weeks, and we love mid-century modern homes. So,
yeah.
So yes. So guys, thank you for tuning in. If there's any listings that you are interested in learning more about, you have any additional questions, just let us know and we can get the answers for you. If you would like to see any of these listings, reach out to Alison or myself. And thank you for tuning in. I'm Karen Ringo.
And I'm Alison Semeka.
And we will see you soon. Bye.